Welcome to Ask and Learn.
Okay, so in this problem we have we have to explain what is the air standard assumptions. So as we can see in the book, we have four assumptions for the air standard assumption. So let's enumerate here. We have the assumption number one, and the assumption number one is simply that the working fluid, the working fluid is air. And the most important thing is that the air must behave as an ideal gas. Okay, so that's the first assumption, that the working fluid is air and that this air must behave like an ideal gas. The second assumption, the second air standard assumption, is that all process, this should be process, all processes are internally reversible. This is a standard for the thermodynamics. So the processes are reversible. Reversible. That's the second assumption. The third assumption, let's put in here, is the assumption that the combustion process is replaced by the heat addition process. By the heat addition process. And the final assumption, fourth assumption for the air standard assumption, is that the exhaust process is replaced by the heat rejection process. So the exhaust process is replaced, let's put here an arrow, is replaced by the heat rejection process. Rejection process, which returns the fluid to its original state. So it's a cycle, okay? In the exhaust process, we have the heat rejection process, and in the combustion, we have the heat addition process. So if we remember about the thermodynamic cycle, let's think about a thermodynamic cycle and a PV diagram. A standard cycle here, this one, we this is the point 1, this is the point 2, 3, and 4. So the heat rejection process is going to be this process from 4 to 1, and the combustion is the process from 2 to 3. Okay, because is when we have heat added to the system, and the 4 to 1 is when we have heat leaving the system. And that's the final answer to this problem. Thanks for